Hi, my name is Doug Whitney. I'm going to give you a short tutorial on how you can use some of the lesser-known help features that are inside of Flash Builder. Now, as some of you know, when you go ahead in Flash Builder and you start working with help contents, it usually is going to open up the Community Help client, which is installed with Flash Builder. Now, if you want, you do have the option of changing this behavior so it will open up help inside of a web browser. To do that, you open up the preferences for the application and you select Open Help in Browser. Now, of course, you have to be connected to the internet for this to work, but this can really help if you prefer to have your documentation, either the ActionScript reference or Flex API reference open in a web browser, they can have in a separate window. So in addition to that, Flash Builder has a couple features that really make it easier to work with ASDoc that is part of Flex to see different properties, different methods that are available to you when you're working with components. So let me go ahead and start creating a simple thing here. And then first off, as you can see, when I start typing inside of this, I can it shows the auto completion here for the different things, and I'm going to go ahead and select this to give it focus. And you'll see that there is this other item here that says this resizable window. This is part of the ASDoc support that's inside of Flash Builder as you start working with this. Inside of this, I can obviously take a look at all the different properties here, and if I want, I can also open the declaration itself to see exactly where this code is inside of the Flex framework itself. In addition, if I start working with this again, let me go ahead and type this again. It does also with different properties, so I can go in and select the different properties and see more information about it here. Now, as I'm working with this, I can go ahead and start making some changes to this as well. So I'm going to go ahead and close this and select this specific item, and as you can see, there's this panel called the ASDoc panel. By default, this panel is located down here by the Network Monitor, the Data Services, and the Problems panel. I prefer to dock mine onto the right-hand side so I can see the entire text of what we have here. If this is not displayed in your specific workspace, you can go ahead and enable it by going into Window, Show View, Others, and if you go into the Flash Builder section, you'll see that there's an ASDoc item here. Now, by default, when you enable this panel and you display it, it's going to change based on what you have selected. So in this case, it has button, declarations, the width property, application, class. As you can see, it's changing as I select these different items. Now, if I want to keep it fixed, that's the last thing I selected, I can go up here and I can turn off Link with Selection, which means that now, as I go through these different things, now it's not changing. I can then re-enable that by go ahead and re-enabling Link with Selection. In addition, just like with that floating panel, you can also open up the declaration itself by clicking here and then seeing the actual code that's part of the framework SDK. So hopefully these things will help you learn a little bit more about how to work with help inside of Flash Builder.